Hey guys, today I have a intro for my Pan Those Eyeshadows 2023 and I'm so excited. I'm so sorry about the wet hair. I feel like my hair is just, and Nugget, I feel like my hair is just always wet. It literally takes all day to dry. It's already 3 o'clock and I showered this morning. Like, that's ridiculous. So we're just gonna deal. Yeah, I am really excited to start this year's Pan Those Eyeshadows. Let's get into the rules. So I am changing my rules around a little bit this year, not by much. So previously I have been doing randomly selecting 5 eyeshadows and then using it either 30 times or hit pan, whichever one happens first. Then I roll them out. I just realized I didn't put any lipstick on. Hold on. Okay, so for this year, what I want to do is change it, like I said, just a little bit to give myself some more freedom to play with the entire palette that gets rolled in. I kind of switched to making that a goal at the end of last year, where I just really wanted to play with the entire palette and not just focus in on the one shade in each palette. Because a lot of times what I'll do is, since I'm rolling in 5 shades, I will figure out a way to make a look with those 5 shades and wear that look like every single day. But I want to play around a little bit more. So I might adjust this again as we move on through the year. But for now, what I'm thinking is just dropping down my usage goal to 20 uses or hit pan, whichever comes first. I still think that's a really good amount of use. And I really just want to enjoy my palette. So I might take a little bit longer to rotate through because I want to use the palette and, like I said, not just hyper focus. But I think dropping down my usage goal is going to also help be able to rotate through them quicker. It kind of like evens it out, I think. So if I am really close to hitting pan on something, then I might decide to keep it in. I can always do that. But I think I'm gonna switch it. I know I'm gonna switch it to 20 uses or hit pan. But like I said, maybe I'll switch it to something else later on in the year, but we're gonna try this out. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited to roll in our eyeshadows. So let's just get into it and let's do it. Now my phone is still plugged in, so I have to hold it way over here. But we are going to randomize 1, 5, 6, 4. Now, as I'm searching for this eyeshadow, I am not gonna share my pan percentage and stuff in this video because I am pre-filming this. I'm not gonna start working on these eyeshadows until I get back from break, but I am pre-filming this. So my pan percentage hasn't been updated yet. So, yeah, we'll talk about that in our first update. Okay, what is this? Ooh, okay. Let me highlight it. This comes from the Lorac Mega Pro 4 palette in the shade Oat. Okay, so I'm gonna write things down as we go, and then I will grab everything and share it at the end. All right, shade number 2. Oh, that's kind of an older one. 655. Oh, I'm actually going to skip over this one because it's my Pan That Palette Roulette, my Simply Pleasures 100 pan palette. So I'm already working on that palette. I'm going to skip over. Another old one though, 176. Oh, okay. This is the Marc Jacobs Style Eye Trio in the Mod Trio, and it's the black shade. So I'll use that as an eyeliner. I don't have an issue using blacks as eyeliners, but that'll be fun to get that one out and play around with it a little bit more. Right, let's roll in palette or shade number 3, 1134. the Smashbox Photo Matte Eyes palette, and the shade is Rose Hip. Ooh, I think I like that one. I mean, it sounds like the rose shade, and I do really like that shade. I had this palette in, I think it was Pan in every palette that this palette was in already. So I do have Pan on the vanilla shade. Okay, two more. 2226. Ooh, okay. This is, oh wait, I already have Pan on this one. Never mind. It was the ColourPop Aura and Out palette in the shade Soul Sister. I think that was the Super Shock, but I have Pan in that one already. Come on. 2797. Okay, this is a brand new palette. I took this home for Thanksgiving and I really liked it. This is the Ciate Spice palette in Moonlit. And I think that's the really pretty like champagne shimmer. Last one. Oh, an old one. 816. Oh, okay. This palette is not very good, first of all, but I've been wanting to pan it. So it's the Pure Pink palette. I don't know what it's actually called. I don't have a name anywhere on the packaging, but that's what I have it labeled as. And it's shade number 5. There's not names for the shades, but I'm gonna go grab all these palettes and then I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab all these palettes and then I'll be right back to share the colors. Okay, so let's go in order of how I rolled them in. First is the Lorac Mega Pro palette, and we rolled in the shade Oat. I do think I'll be able to hit Pan on this one because it's just, I mean, if memory serves me right, it's a brown. Yep, it's right here. It's like a taupey brown. I was thinking it was this one, but I already have Pan on that. That's Butterscotch. But I still think it'll be a very wearable color. I already have Pan on Butterscotch and Spice. Yes. And it's just a really pretty light pastel palette, and I don't know, I really like this one. So I'm excited to play around more with this palette, especially like these shimmers down here. And then I really like these ones too. I was thinking Oat was this one or this one, but Oat is this one right here. It's kind of got a little bit more of a green undertone to it. So let's swatch that one out. It doesn't show up well in my hand because it's relatively close to my skin tone. But that is going to be just a perfect everyday crease color. It doesn't look as green toned on my hand. I think maybe it's because it's next to some green colors in this palette. But that is our first palette. And here is what that shade looks like now. Next we have from Marc Jacobs. This is the Style Icon number 3 in the mod. I was collecting these from TJ Maxx anytime I found them, which I ended up with just 2. And then one of the full-size palettes. But yeah, I remember always like looking around like a little scavenger hunt trying to find these in TJ Maxx. But this is the trio. It's kind of a boring one, but I was just obsessed with Marc Jacobs at the time. And the black one actually has it's got a pretty big crack in it that's been gone. So I think this will be relatively easy to hit pan on, but I would love to be able to use the other 2 shades as well. And this isn't just a flat black. It has some silver glitter, but it is very pigmented. Like that's gonna be a really nice eyeliner. And that glitter it actually like shows up. Sometimes it like glitter in mattes don't show up at all, but that's really pretty that it like shows up that well. So far 2 everyday basic eyeshadows to work on, and I think I can definitely hit pan on this one as well. even with just the 20 uses, it probably will take around 10 to hit pan on this, mainly because it is cracked as well. So here's a close-up of that one. Next we have from Smashbox, this is the Photo Matte Eyes palette, and we got the shade Rose Hip. And it was the one that I was thinking of. It is, right? Yes, it's this one over here, the rosy tone over here. I love that color. It's like the perfect crease color for me, and I'm excited to have this out and be able to use it. I did play around with this palette a little bit when I had it out in my Pan in Every Palette series. So I did play around with this a little bit recently, but I'm excited to have this one in. Also, I feel like these have been all really good options so far. And that one is right there under the black. Again, a really nice, just light transition crease color, and it's really pretty. This one I think will only be 20 uses because these are very stiff and they don't have much kick up at all. So this one I think is just going to be a usage goal. Next we have a new palette. This is the Ciate Spice palette, and we rolled in the shade Moonlit, which is the one I was thinking of. I brought this home for Thanksgiving, so I did wear this over Thanksgiving break, and it was a really pretty palette. The shade Moonlit is this one right here, and just from using it over Thanksgiving break, I think it was only around like 5 or 6 times that I used it. There's a little bit of a dip in there, and I like this color. It's more of a thicker formula, like it feels like a thick shimmer, and those right there, it's stunning. I love that color. It's more of a metallic than like a shimmer. So pretty. So far, this will all be a very cohesive everyday look. Even though, like I was saying, I want to play with everything in the palette. I really enjoyed having this out very recently, just a few weeks ago. And I used every single color except the purple and the brown, I think. So I will enjoy having this out to play around even more with. I really like this crease color. I just love the light toned crease colors. They're so pretty. And lastly, we have my Pure Pink palette. Like I said, this doesn't have a name on it. If you do know the name of this palette, let me know. But I just have it labeled as the Pink palette. And this is what it looks like on the inside. It is really pretty. It's just pretty basic as well. So we rolled in shade number 5. Let's see what that one is. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a nice pretty gold shimmer. Right? Yeah. I think I might be able to pan on this one. I'm not entirely sure, but there it is right there. Really metallic. So far, it looks really boring, but I'm excited to use all of these palettes and really hopefully get some progress. I was kind of concerned that with dropping down my usage goal to 20 uses, that maybe I wouldn't hit as many pans this year, but by the looks of it, I think we're still gonna have some really good progress. So again, here's the color story. I think it's gonna be nice. So that is going to be everything for this intro. I hope you guys are excited for this project. I'm super excited. I love this project. It is like the main way I pan eyeshadows. It's really the main way I choose what I'm going to be using for eyeshadow. So I'm excited to have these out, all good palettes to get some use on. We have like a few that are relatively new to my collection, actually really just the one, but I do kind of consider the Lorac palette relatively new. And then the other 3 are older palettes that I would love to get more use on. But I'm really excited. Definitely stay tuned. I will be updating this monthly, and yeah, hopefully we can have some good progress. I hope you guys like this video, and definitely be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye, guys.